Are any of you guys in this situation where you have your normal work? For me, it's corporate interviews, but you also get onto other productions. In this case, it is a commercial. I know in the beginning, I would take every job besides weddings. Now, I've really narrowed it down to corporate interviews and small documentary work. That's what I like to do. But on this 7-day gig, I am the cam op. Well, in this case, I'm the professional sunlight blocker. So our gimbal op is going to be doing this scene. So I said, we have our scrim down here, but the sun keeps climbing and peeking over. So why don't I just take the scrim up and then I can follow our subject and block the light, make sure there's no shadows on the RV. And it ended up being a lot better. This is right around when the coffee order comes in, tall iced latte, 2 shots with 2 pumps of hazelnut. Thank you. And then we're just trying to go through setup after setup. We have some beautiful natural light, but as far as our light, we have a pair of 300Ds with my lantern on it. And then we also have the new light that I picked up. This is the Genere Bright Beast. I thought it was going to be a lot brighter due to the lux rating on the spec sheet on B&H, but doesn't have quite as much output as I was hoping for. Right. Still very usable.
3, 2, 1, action.
That's when the real plumbing issues happen.
Awesome.
This is a comedic commercial, so the idea here is we're going to be filming the first character and then snap, zoom, boom to the incoming character. That's all possible because we're running my 24-70 Mark II, and I really like that it has the zoom tension on it. You can make it smooth or tight. And then we're moving to our last location, really different than my normal work. So we're basically at a zoo. We're making sure that we're going to get these insert shots. You can see there's markers on it. They're going to be putting in the ad or whatever the phone screen will be. And then this is the first time I ever got to film or be next to a Joey, a baby kangaroo. This guy was cool. He definitely was curious, and then he decided he didn't want to be in here anymore. So for you guys, what is the variety, the spectrum of jobs that you will accept? Because when I switch to mentally shifting in my head that I am only going to do corporate interviews, it made a big difference in my business. It was easier to filter job inquiries, but I did have to say no to paying clients who were jobs that I didn't want to do, but they were offering me money, and that was really hard to turn down. However, after that, I am so much happier with the type of work that I get called in for majoritively, and then the jobs that do come in now pay better because I can specialize in that. I can only buy the gear for that type of project, whereas before I was buying gear for every type of project. There's just certain jobs that I will not take at all, such as weddings. But when I completely honed in and targeted what I wanted, it was a net positive. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. I don't want to do that one. What's harder to film, kids or animals? In my opinion, I would much rather film this pig, all 750 pounds of him, because he does have a mind of his own for sure, but he is 100% motivated by food. So we just got to line him up, put the food in the right spot, and then we can grab our shot and be on our way. But when you're working with kids and they start to get fussy, there's just nothing you can do. To be fair, when that kangaroo was done with his scene, that meant we were done with his scene. And then we were done with the whole project. So that was 7 days of commercial work, and I had timed it perfectly that as soon as this ended, I was going to take a weekend to the mountains. Now, I really wish I had my Subaru BRZ for these twisty, windy roads, but it was just a quick mountain trip going with my girlfriend. We finally got to see some snow, and that's the beauty of being a freelancer. You get to make your own schedule. So I denied a job because I wanted to go on this vacation, and that's just what you have to throw up in the air. Is it worth it to you? Is it not worth it to you? Do you want to spend time with the people that you love? For me, it was definitely worth it. And I got to experience some colder temperatures that I haven't seen in quite some time. I left out my long sleeve, and yeah, the winter did its thing. Alright, selling the Olympia. This will be the last time that I load it up into the car. It's still the fastest breakdown cart that I've ever used. I have a bit of a hell week coming up. We're doing 5 jobs in the next 10 days. One of them brings me to San Antonio, and they're all different. They're all different types of jobs. So I decided to go on a Lens Rentals and grab some things that will not be compensated by the client, but I think they're gonna make my job a lot easier. So that's what we're doing right now, picking up all that gear. And just make sure we have everything. So we got some extra batteries and a charger for an A7 IV, using that as a B cam, not as a B cam, as a backup camera. I only have my FX6 right now, and I feel like it's too risky to not have anything else, so I just renting that for these shoots. This one I'm really interested. My buddy Jared Phelps out in Texas has this, and he swears by it. So 35 to 150 at a 2.8. This will be used for a corporate job and a B-roll interview type of job as well. So that's gonna be fun. I really actually am excited to use that. And then this one is the one that probably will lead to a purchase if it works well. So a lot of you guys know I have my Rode Filmmaker Kit lavaliers, whatever it's called. Now we are going to be trying the UWPs. But when I looked at them on Lens Rentals, they only had the version with a cold shoe. So I don't have that SMAD P5, whatever it is, that sends the audio signal into the FX6's hot shoe. They didn't have that. So I'm gonna have to go old school and use a cable out of this output into my XLR, and then they gave another one, hopefully. Yes, they did. That will go into the other XLR input. So 2 transmitters, 1 receiver, and these are some lobster antennas. These are really long. But yeah, I'm really excited to see how these work.